From being one of the biggest upcoming JJK Battlegrounds to a now vacant and empty husk of what it once was. What went wrong? Generally, in a gaming community, your game is either loved or hated. It could obviously be a mix of this, but the negative usually outweighs the positive. But there's a third type of recognition, or rather the lack of, being forgotten. And this is a story about Sorcerer Battlegrounds and what has led to that last tier of recognition. So, let's talk about it. With the craze of Season 2 of JJK being around, there were multiple Battlegrounds that started in light of this. One was developed a lot earlier than others, that would be Sorcerer Battlegrounds. With its head start, SBG got a lot of recognition from the beginning, but this was a temporary solution. So, as all Battlegrounds do, they started adding more characters and started improving the visuals. Looking back at it now, SBG would be yet another generic Battleground, but due to the frequency of updates, people kept coming back. With SBG reaching its peak of players around March, they will release one of its biggest updates yet, the rework to Sukuna, specifically the Awakening. Showing us insanely polished and more lore accurate moves, this impressed many, including myself. But shortly after this, Sorcerer Battlegrounds got one of its most controversial updates yet, the forward dash change. In reality, this wasn't all that controversial. If anything, it was a lot more positive than negative. The only people this affected was tryhard clanners, and as you probably know, clanners are the most negative types of players in these games. So of course the negativity got over to the discords, which caught my attention, and I put up a couple of videos about it, marking my first real interaction with clans. Little did I know I would soon meet the worst types of people. But let's move on for now. After this, we got game mods as a side update. This was a suggestion actually given by me, but due to how it was implemented, it gave players almost no reason to play, and it didn't really take off, but very much could have if they simplified it and gave it rewards like for 1v1s and 2v2s. And this would mark the hiatuses for updates to come, but the hype didn't stop just yet, as we got to see Gojo Mastery and its concept video. But at the time we had Megumi in the works, so we waited. And oh boy did we wait. During this time I was alerted about a petty doxing, which later turned into grooming allegations, which then turned out to not be allegations. I won't be naming the people involved as it has led to some people needlessly getting involved with them, so I'll just refer to them as a group name, Panda. Panda was a clan centered around Sorcerer Battlegrounds. Besides unfiltered toxicity and many cases of just racism, there were certain cases of doxing. Not unheard of, especially on Roblox, except that these were, well, cheese pizza. Promptly after releasing my video about these people, all the individuals involved were banned, even the ones by association, for safe measure. But this wouldn't last, as the then community manager Scheinfeld had left the community due to unjust treatment by the owner, Ulrich. And as you can imagine, such an uproar, especially at the time of no updates, was pretty bad. Though when Scheinfeld left, so did a lot of other mods and testers, who also felt that they had been unheard. Though a lot of allegations brought up against Ulrich never had any proof shown aside from witnesses, so I won't include much here. Shortly after this, a new person came into the picture, Versus. Versus was previously a Deepwoken developer, who had a past with Ulrich, though not one you would like to have, as Versus was involved with black marketing items on Deepwoken. If you don't know what black marketing means on Roblox, it's essentially selling Roblox virtual items, be it limited or in-game items, for real money. As you can imagine, this is extremely shady and 100% against Roblox TOS. And when I talked to him about it, he did show remorse and did have some regrets about it. But following this, along with Versus, there were other admins added that were also Ulrich's friends. From my experience, they were decently understanding and did their job well. Sorcerer Battlegrounds would release Megumi around this time, but it was missing Maharaga, which was promised at a later time. But once that was also out, it wasn't that good, which disappointed a few as it wasn't much of a boss raid as it was hyped up to be. You could be stunned out of your moves did the exact same damage as your normal ultimate, and once your timer ran out, you reset, arguably just a downgrade from your actual ultimate. But this did breathe a lot of life into SBG for a short while, bringing a lot of older players back to the game. Now, the only thing they had to do was release another character in a month or two. So we got a recycled Halloween update instead. And of course, people got pretty disappointed, including me. As a matter of fact, I got pissed to the point where I didn't even bother making a video about the update, and I moved to JJS. But what is there to be said? Well, now everyone has the Halloween character, which is broken beyond belief. We also got some emotes, which I don't think anyone cares about. But let's talk about you for a moment. Are you willing to forgive the past problems? With another promise from Orange to revive the game with masteries, could there really be another chance to bring it back to what it was before? If you can forgive the past absence, then there's one thing I want you to do, which is to not forget. Because in times like these, it's better that we learn from these mistakes rather than forget them altogether. And if the game does get revived, then at least we know what to not do. But if you choose to forgive Sorcerer Battlegrounds and give it another chance, perhaps a final chance, I will be there. Though, where do I fit into this picture? As you may have noticed, I largely moved on to JJS with my content, but this won't be my final SBG video. I still plan to cover all the updates, but I don't think I'll be doing skits and shorts on SBG anymore. At least until RH really does revive the game like he promises. And I know that RH is watching this video, as I did talk to him about what this video would be. So I want to take this moment and say that I sincerely hope that you're serious about taking this game back to what it was before. This was a lot of people's first introduction into the Battleground community, and one that people loved. If you want, and I hope you do, check the comments, as I want people to tell their stories, give their ideas for Sorcerer Battlegrounds. And as usual, do tell me, what do you think? What will happen to Sorcerer Battlegrounds? I'll try to read as many comments as possible. Also, do tell me, what do you think about these retrospective videos? I have tried to edit them a bit more and make them a bit more lengthier. But with that, I hope that I will see you in the next one. Since you're still here, here's a funny cat video that I have.